Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo here. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are ready for another Viking raid. This is a good old siege battle for a mod for Total War Attila. It's called Age of Vikings. It's a really cool mod, and I'm going to be leading one of the attacking armies. So this is a 3 versus 3, and my men, let me tell you, my men, they are eager to die today. They are, well, they're really excited to enter the halls of Valhalla, so it's going to be a glorious sight, fighting and dying with sword in hand. Now, unfortunately, there's going to be a few that live in the battle. They are the, the unlucky ones, but, hopefully they can find some gold to bring back home, or, I don't know, maybe some women, you know what I mean? So I've actually, I've been watching... Such a stupid joke. So yeah, I've been watching this show on Netflix. It's called The Last Kingdom. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of it. It's a really cool show, and they just recently added some new episodes. And whenever they add new episodes to a show on Netflix, you always have this mindset like, yes, I have something to watch for a couple months. And then 24 hours later, you're like, dang it, I just finished the season. What am I gonna do with my life now? So yeah, I just finished the season. It was a pretty cool ending, and I can't wait for the next season. So it's gonna be some good times. But anyways, let's dive into this battle. I'm gonna show you the factions, and we can get straight into it. So what we have here, like I said earlier, we've got Vikings attacking, 3 attacking Vikings. 2 of the armies are Danelaw armies. So let me just go ahead and show you the factions, the army comps. So this is my army right here. I've got a lot of spears, swordsmen, axemen, and archers. Just, your typical army. I am commanding the Danelaw faction. And then right next to me, we have just normal Danes. Now, the major difference between Danelaw and Danes, I think, I'm not too familiar with the mod in the, Age of Charlemagne DLC, but the Danes can bring cav to the battlefield. So again, he's bringing lots of archers, infantry, and of course he has the cav. So that's good to have some cav on the battlefield. Let's go to the final ally, which he's also commanding the Danelaw. So he's got lots of Danes, lots of spears, archers, some more elite sword herdmen. So again, the armies are very similar, but very cool stuff. And he's, the Huskarls way in the back. Very cool stuff. Now, I'm excited to show you the cool... Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot about this. We got some ships. We got some flanking ships. Of course, it's got... if this is going to be a Viking raid, there's got to be a beach landing of Vikings. It's just how it has to be. But let's look at the defending Anglo-Saxon kingdoms. So we've got all 3 major kingdoms. We've got Wessex on the battlefield. Very cool. I love the colors. They're bringing some like English longbows, some thanes. Very awesome. And then supporting them in this castle, we have Northumbria. They are also bringing very similar army comp, archers, infantry, swordmen. And then finally, we've got a reinforcement army, which is Mercia. So they're going to show up 10 minutes later after the battle begins. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. So they're going to show up a little bit later. So yeah, we've got all the kingdoms. We got all the Vikings. It's going to be a good old show. And we can go ahead and start the battle. So here we go, guys. My army is advancing forward. So what I like to do for Total War Attila, this is like my go-to attacking, sieging strategy. I like to just full on attack. I don't like to attack in pieces. Just send everything and hope you can bring down the defenses. What I first do is move up my archers. What I want to do with my archers, obviously, is to spray down the defenders, pepper them down. But I also want to use my archers to absorb the enemy archer ammo and the arrow tower ammo instead of my heavy infantry, getting hit from the archers and losing a lot of men, because you want those men to die in close combat, not far away. You don't want the enemy just sniping them out. So I've got my my archers pushing forward. Now, the strategy that we were going for, we were going to really focus down the gate, which is one of the harder locations in a settlement, and then we're gonna knock down one of the walls here, just get a breach point, overwhelm the wall, and then support the gate assault. So that's our strategy going into this one. Also, I forgot to mention this. There's a couple rules. The attackers were only allowed 1 artillery each. The defenders could only bring 2 artillery total, and we could only bring 1 berserker because the berserkers are a bit OP. They're crazy good. So more and more of the archers are pushing forward. Also, this battle was made possible because of my Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, I recommend you do, because I will be getting on. I was playing with subscribers in this battle, so I want to give a big shout out to those subscribers. They all fought well. It was really cool chatting with you guys. I had a lot of fun, and hopefully we can have some more battles in the future. But anyways, back to the battle, guys. We've got the archers finally putting down suppressing fire. Just using standard shot. Again, I'm not too worried about getting a ton of kills here. I'm just more distracting my enemy and trying to give a safe passageway for the infantry to get to the walls. Or safer, I should say. There's no safety in this battle, in any kind of battle, I suppose. So yeah, we're really just a lot of exchanging of arrows at this point. And here's the English longbows. I was a little worried about them because, you know, they are longbows, but it seems like we're dealing with them quite well. In fact, they're not even firing. This guy has, he had an arrow in his hand. There they go. Now they're firing. Now they're firing back. So they're actually, no, they're breaking. So they were not that effective, those longbows. But he's got more archers set up over here. This is really good, though, because this is the breach point. We want him to leave his archers right here so we can just, you know, focus it down and they fall to their deaths. And here we go, boys. Here we go. Oh, just like that. Just like that. The archers are dead. So we don't really know why. Wait, this guy was like twirling his arms. Did you see that? It doesn't matter. He's fallen back. We're burning some of the city. I'm now focusing my artillery, trying to take out this arrow tower. And it is important to burn down the city because it will affect their morale. Back over here, I think we're finally gonna get some siege towers onto the walls. So this is the other Dane Law faction ready to face Northumbria. Or no, this is the Kingdom of Wessex. He's got some English longbows, but he might need to retreat him pretty soon because to Valhalla, boys. Get in there. Give him hell, boys. Let's go. Come on, spears first. There he goes. So he's not retreating his archers. That's unfortunate for him. So now the Vikings are going wild. The walls are being attacked. And pretty soon, paradise is just around the corner. I'm also pushing troops up onto the walls, really trying to take this gate. Again, the gate is one of the hardest locations to take in these settlements, so you got to be patient, you got to be careful, and you don't want to throw all of your troops into this one area at once. Back here, we've got men pushing and more artillery fire going down, so I've sent over some axemen. My ally has some axemen as well, so actually, these are my axemen here. I love the black and red shields. I love those circle shields. They're so cool. So here we go, charging forward. Gonna go through the breach, bring hell upon these Anglo-Saxon Christians. Bring down the religion. Show them the true way of the righteous religion of Odin. I don't even know. I'm role-playing, guys, and it's backfiring. So I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. All right, so the swordsmen are now engaged with the spears. I'm gonna turn on the HUD because it can get a little confusing on who's who. They're sending in more reinforcements. They've got some Thanes going into the fight. More and more, look at this. Light axes from my ally, the Danes. They're going to now overwhelm the enemy, and we are making some pretty solid progress. Look at that. Oh, and there goes my berserkers. Okay, this was a mistake. This was a mistake right here. You see the berserkers? I was in my, like, before I started the battle, I was like, all right, I got berserkers. I got just one unit. I don't want to just throw them away. What do? This is a classic Apollo move. I send them in as one of the first units, and they're almost all dead because of the archers. Ah, that sucks. Sucks so bad, man. But that's okay. They're in the fight. At least they're killing somebody. And more men are going through the gate. Now that we, well, we didn't capture the gate, but I'm risking the oil. I think we lost a couple men to oil, but that's okay. We're sending in more spears. Let's go ahead and do some slow motion because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I just want to make sure you have a clear picture of what's happening. So we've got, I think, yeah, some Thanes from Northumbria. they are trying to contain the Vikings. We also have more berserkers closing in with a lot of chevrons. These guys are going to rack up a lot of kills. So he's trying to block this part of the wall, which makes sense because he's buying time so this gate holds a little bit longer. And it seems like with the Thanes from Wessex, they're going to be able to hold this gate for a pretty long time. But it only is a matter of time until we do break through. They're also holding pretty well on this side, holding back this huge choke point. All my Vikings just want to break through and get to the gate and support the gate. But they've got a solid line of men, and we do have some Danes ready to try to run over and support them. Finally, the tower went down, which is good. It's going to help with the suppressing fire of the tower. Actually, it looks like he's retreating. Anyways, let's go back over to this side where the fighting is not as stretched out, but there is some pretty intense fighting. We'll go back to normal speed, where we have some axe herdmen against some Mercian spearmen. And we also have a couple fighting here, but it looks like Danelaw is going to be able to break through. I mean, some Thane spearmen is not going to be enough to hold back 2 spears of Vikings. So it's going pretty well. Like, we're taking this out pretty quickly. But remember, reinforcements are going to arrive very quickly. So we've got to move quick. It's all about getting our army inside the settlement before the reinforcements show up. And these berserkers are doing a great job chewing up these Thanes. Who are they fighting now? Yeah, the Thanes of Northumbria. And they're doing a good job over here. Also, Northumbria is protecting his Wessex ally. So he's holding with Thanes against the axemen, the medium axemen of the Danes. And these spears are still doing a great job. These are these are Thane spearmen. So these aren't just like peasant I mixed spears and Thanes. These aren't peasant spears. They're doing a good job of holding back these sword herdmen. And also with that archer support, look at that. That is nasty. Nasty use of those archers. Racking up kills. Here comes another volley. Been a great battle so far. All the players really enjoyed it. Finally, my ally has broken through. And look at the berserkers go. Look at them. Ah, fantastic. They're super eager to go into Valhalla, I swear. But they're going to support the gate battle, and that's, you're going to lose morale instantly. I don't care how brave you are. If you're holding a gate and then you see a unit of charging berserkers after you, yeah, I'm out of there. I'm like, nope. Look at them. Look at them. Look at these crazy bastards. Like, if they're getting shot with arrows, I bet they'd still put up their shields like that because they're insane. So finally, we broke through the gate, and our Viking armies are beginning to advance. Our other ally is also broken through by himself over on this side, so now we can pour in the men. Okay, so let's slow-mo it again, just real quick. So you can see the defenses, they're actually falling back and going into the inner streets, which is smart. That's what you want to do in these types of battles once you lose the outer perimeter of the defense. By the way, one of my ally sneaked some spearmen over to the I don't know how he did this, but we've got spears in the very back lines killing the select spearmen, which I don't think they are going to kill because they're select spearmen. They're actually both tier 1, so they're both pretty good. But anyway, I thought that was funny. I was like, how did you get spears all the way back? They just somehow I guess they went around this way and I think he was just trying to capture strategic points. Okay, so at this point, the reinforcements have arrived. You can see them marching forward. So pretty soon, these guys are going to wreak some havoc. Mercia, they're going to arrive. They got their general right here. I love the colors. I love the shields. I just love this time period. Very cool time period. I definitely need to do more battles in this time period. And, the Age of Charlemagne is one of the better DLCs from recent Total War DLCs. So I think they did a really good job with that. And the campaign's really fun. So maybe I should do a campaign. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I know you guys don't really like the campaign, so I'll think about it. I was actually thinking about it that, it seems like campaigns are more for, we'll get into it later. But anyways, here's a flank. Here's a flanking charge of a depleted unit of axemen. I saw an opportunity to outflank the spears who are still holding back our infantry. That should break them pretty quickly. Yeah, it should break them very quickly. Let's see. Well, they're definitely dying quickly. They're shaking. There they go. There we go. Come on, break these Thane spearmen. Take their lands, take their women. There they go. They're wavering now. And they shattered. They're broken, but they will shatter. Yes, cheer, men, cheer. Huzzah. Is there a worthy opponent to meet me? Will someone help me get into Valhalla? Dang it. Oh, wow. My teammate is already pushing for the inner defenses. No slowing down for the Vikings. We're full of rage. Full of hatred. We're going to bring down, what is this, the Fjord Axeman. I never know if I say that right, that word, Fjord. It starts off like fear, and then it ends with a erd. Fjord Axeman. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to call them Axemen. They're light Axemen, and they're not going to hold for much longer against these Vikings, because we got just standard Axemen and Axemen herdmen. Actually, they're doing pretty good. They're doing a very good job holding against the axes. So let's zoom out. Let's get a bird's eye view. Now, if we look back at the naval ships, you can tell we haven't moved them yet. That's because, well, we're trying to do something strategic here. We're trying to wait until we actually start to push towards this, like, final stand they're setting up. Once we actually get to about, let's say about right here, kind of in this crossroad, this fork in the road, then we're going to push forward the Navy. And then we're going to have, like, a nice Anglo-Saxon sandwich, you know, with some Viking bread. Delicious. All right, so Mercia is still on their way. They're pretty far away, but the scary thing about their army, first off, they got cav. You got to look out for the cav. They also have 4 units of perfectly healthy, full ammo archers, which at this point, we've lost a lot of men, and we don't really have archers with ammo to fight back. Now they're shooting some, or firing some catapult fire into our ranks as we set up for the next stage of the assault. Here comes another volley. Oh boy, watch out. Oh, the clumping. The clumping, that's my fault. I clumped up with my ally, trying to get my men out of there, but through the fire, men, to glory. God, I love the Vikings. Such an awesome culture, man. So cool. You gotta love their gods too. Odin, Thor, Loki, Freya, Fenrir, Tyr, all those great, glorious gods. Man, awesome. So now we're actually still pushing Axe Herdman. My ally is just going in deep. He is not stopping. Look at the shield wall. Look at that. It's just so cool. I really enjoy this mod. I enjoy the DLC. I think it does a pretty good job of capturing this time period. Because as you notice, like, I made the money for this battle a little bit less than traditional online battles, because I like to see lower quality troops on the battlefield because it feels way more authentic. Here comes some of my skull splitters. What a name. Come on, break that shield wall for me. Oh, and they're splitting skulls. They're chopping off skulls. That's what they're doing. Yeah, the officer's getting in there, the lord who is leading the skull splitters. Look at that. They're going ham on these guys. Now we got some swordman support. My ally sitting in some... Oh, man. Break the shield wall, men. Oh, it's so cool. Shield walls. Lots of shield walls in this time period. Some more sword herdmen advancing forward. I've got a lot of elite troops. I haven't sent... Again, let's slow mo, because I always feel like I've got to rush what I'm saying when... Like, I just don't want to miss anything. But I've got a lot of elites that I left in the back ranks because... One, like, there's 2 options I'm trying to use them for. One, I can use them to push to take the town center, or I can use them as a rear guard against the reinforcement army and just slow them down. So the options are still there. My allies are pushing very hard, which is excellent. We are now doing a beach landing. Look at that. Here comes the fire. Oh my God. This is awesome. That is so cool looking. Seeing those sails in the background, the men pushing forward on the beaches. I'm cheesing so hard right now. It's ridiculous. All right, let's go back to normal speed. This is really good because look at this. There's nothing. They've got a general and a couple spears defending, but really that's it. Over on this side, there's nothing protecting the flank of this force. And again, they're forming shield wall, trying to hold against the Viking force, but I don't think they realize there's a storm that's coming right behind them, and they're all confident that they can form shield wall and hold back the Viking horde, but they don't know. They don't know what's behind them. We've got these awesome Vikings. We're ready to take, and the ships are leaving. Where are you going? Wait, no, we need a ride home. Where are you going? No, that's actually a very good mechanic they added to Attila about the ships leaving, because in Rome 2, they don't leave, and sometimes you have too big of an army and you can't land everyone on the beaches. So here comes the flanking force. This is my allies' army going in, trying to take out the spears. I think my army's close behind. Yeah, my naval army. So I've got some Viking raiders and some Viking ship archers. So I'm kind of using the archers to focus down the general who's holding in the back ranks. Oh, the fire arrows. Look at that. Look at it. It's not historical, but dang it, it looks awesome. And they're dropping pretty quickly. More and more Vikings just pouring into this blob. I'm sending in archers and like really depleted units because I want them to waste their ammo on my like archer units instead of my, you know, my more elite units. I also have my catapult still, or the onager. It still has like 1 or 2 shots left in it, so I'm just hanging on to that and trying to get it a little bit closer. I'm probably going to go for either the infantry blob or the archers in the back. So once again, let's zoom out. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, we got some stuff happening outside. Okay, let's slow-mo it. Let me explain what's going on here. So my ally, he felt like there was a good opportunity to rush out troops and try to take out the general of Mercia. So he rushed out some cav. He's got some infantry. I was like, you know what? I got some spears nearby. So I'm sending out some Viking spearmen. Listen to this music right now. Good old Viking music. Beautiful. So the spears are coming out, and I'm coming over this way to protect the flank of his infantry, because he's got some horsemen coming around this way. So if I could just protect them. So here we go. Charge in. Go spears. Go spears. We got a couple. Look how fast they're. I'm actually using a special ability that speeds them up. Look at them. They're just hauling ass. They're like, yes, let's kill some Christians today. All right, so they're going in. Archers, unfortunately, are getting a little too close to combat. They're getting attacked by some royal companions. Or is that champions? Those are companions, not champions. My bad. Sometimes I just glance at the name. I mean, I said it right. But, yeah, anyways. Yeah, the spears are doing well. I mean, I don't expect them to live here. But, hey, here's their chance, guys, to go into Valhalla. He's also got archers out in the open. He's got some oh, sorry guys, didn't mean to turn the camera that quickly. We got a little small cav engagement. I believe my ally is going to win with this Danish cav, so he's doing a good job of zoning out the enemy cav, buying time for the archers who are just spraying down this army as they clump up. Massive fight for the outer walls. And this is why I love to do reinforcement battles, just because there's fighting all over the place, and it makes the strategy way different, way more unique. I've also got some more sword herdmen. This is more of my more elite infantry. They're protecting the flank of the archers, so you can see they're using the siege towers here to kind of surprise attack us, try to get behind the gate, while I'm trying to hold them back and, of course, protect the archers of the Danish as they fire into the big blob of these Anglo-Saxons. So cool stuff. Let's head back over to the main fight, where I was able to flank around some Viking raiders on the flank of this defense. Oh my god, the fire arrows. Oh, that's so cool. Shield wall, men. The berserkers. They're being wise. That's very unberserker of them. Alright, so let's zoom out. You can see, yeah, there's nothing protecting them here. My allies sending in more troops. Lots of Viking raiders still fighting the general. So the general still, you know, I respect that. I respect that in a general. It's a worthy opponent, but unfortunately he will die here today. He will die. Now my Viking ship archers are still firing. I'm trying to focus down the general, honestly. I'm trying to snipe out the general, because if we can kill him, then morale would, you know, there's going to be just chaos amongst the ranks because of the lack of morale. Back here, we are starting to slowly but surely push through. The Viking horde will not be stopped today. And the berserkers, look at him. He's like, look at this guy. He's like, come on, come at me, fight me. Look at him. They're like, yeah. God, crazy bastards just have no fear. But you know, if you have no fear, you have no courage. It's the truth. Think about it. Think about it. That's all I'm going to say. Now, unfortunately, the Anglo-Saxon force, they are ripping through our Viking rear reserve. And we've got to move quickly if we're going to defeat this army. We've got to go in and take that town center and kind of use the defenses against them. But still, they're still desperately holding. Amazingly, these Thanes are doing a great job holding against the sword herdmen of the Danelaw. And we've also got some Thane spearmen. Yes, look at that. The fireball going in the background. The buildings are burning down. Pretty cool. Alright, so we got more reserve. I'm sending in more Viking raiders. God, they just won't break, though. Those skill, I mean, they're disciplined. They're elite soldiers. So they're going to be tough to crack. And then we got another horde of troops pouring in as well. Fantastic. So that should break them over time. I mean, we're going to beat them here. There's no way. More artillery crashing down. Did my artillery get up here yet? Yes, and it looked like he fired their shots. So I actually fired my artillery. You can see the aftermath of it. It's the burnt up troops. I was trying to break through this side as well. Oh man, that looks good. I love it. Just the lighting here looks really good. Come on, Vikings. There's only one army that stands in your way. So close to victory, but yet so far because of this flanking force. Still has a lot of really good troops here. Really, like he's got the Royal Thanes, just normal Thanes. So a lot of good. I mean, I don't see a lot of like peasant type troops. So I've got my army setting up for the rear guard. This is really what's left of my forces. Just this right here. I also have some troops committing to the fight. I've got some, I think, some axemen, just standard axemen. They're fighting off some royal companions. They're royal and they've got great companionship. And I'm flanking around with my axes. I got some skull splitters. Now, unfortunately, I had to make a decision there. And yeah, you see that volley of arrows? That was nasty. So I had two options. I could try to flank around and kill these royal companions, or I could chase down the archers. I decided to go for the royal companions because I was a little bit more afraid of them later on, like if they survive the late game. But the archers are doing their job, and I told my ally, he's got archers in the background over there. I told him to focus down those archers, and hopefully they'll give me some suppressing fire support. Yeah, get him, skull splitter. I love it. Come on, I wish there was an animation where they split the shield. Just like split the shield, and then they pull the axe out and they just split the body in half. I know that's not realistic, but why not, you know? Make it super gory. You might as well. I mean, half the people here who die in Total War Attila lose their head. Oh! Oh! I love the animations, though. Love it. And we are breaking the royal companions. This is so cool. I don't want to give anything away. We're going to do slow motion again. But my general in this battle does some pretty sick stuff. So keep an eye out. You can notice that I gave him full chevrons. So this is him, the Huskarls. Big ol' axes, all right? Where is the general? He is, you know, is that him? That's got to be him. That's the general right here. He wants to die today. He is thirsty for death. He wants to be with his ancestors in the halls of Valhalla. And he can feel it. This is the moment right here where he can achieve the greatness, the glory. He's gonna bring down a bunch of enemies. He wants to bring down a bunch of enemies first. All right, so let's do normal speed. So more and more of my elite forces, my rear guard, are now joining the fight over here. We're doing a great job of containing, and we're making it very difficult for them to be able to support their allies. Oh man, watch out though. Arrows coming down. Stop cheering. There's arrows. Be careful. Look at that. Oh, they're just falling down. Lots of death and blood over there. And now our allies are pushing for the town center. And this is the final stand of the Kingdom of Wessex. Royal companions, royal thanes, English longbows, all standing together as one, trying to stop the Viking horde. But will they stop them? Will the Vikings grow tired? We'll find out. There's a little bit of fighting over here as well. Select spearmen. So this is actually Mercia. They were flanking. They sent some troops through the gates over here. and they were able to send some like surprise units, but thankfully we had some troops left over from defeating the fight over here. Look at the aftermath of this fight too. It's kind of peaceful seeing, like, you know, it's quiet. There's nobody screaming after just like, you know, minutes of them fighting. In game would be like hours, right? Like real life. Half an hour. But yeah, the spears are pretty much screwed. So we'll head back here because this is where things get pretty intense. Okay, so slow motion again. Let me explain what's going on. So yes, we're pushing for the town center. That's pretty plain and simple. Back over here, the reinforcement army, they're starting to overwhelm us a little bit. And they also push men onto this side. Now it's time. The general cannot sit back any longer. It's time for the general to join the fight and bring pain to some Anglo-Saxons. So we're going to get into a nice follow them mode. Follow the soldier mode. And just pretend we're one of the general bodyguard. And there they are. Charge them, boys. Give them hell. Here we go. You call that a charge? Oh, look at heads are rolling, guys. Heads are rolling. And the general is going to town. Let's just take a couple minutes here and watch them fight it out. Against, who are they fighting again? Let's see. They're fighting some Thanes. Oh, look at that. The heads, man. Oh, man. Well, grim news. What happened? Enemy has captured the gates. Whatever. That's fine. So the general charges in, uses some shock tactics, and he's crushing these Thanes. They are starting to waver against the mighty general. He's actually flanking around with some more Thanes, but it does not pay off. And now the general can focus all of his attention to this wavering unit. And there they go. Victory, man, victory! No warrior has been skilled enough to bring me to my glory yet. Look at it, just finishing off the leftover troops. I love it. There goes my general. He's now going to go over to this side. Uh-oh, Allies general has fallen. Oh, what a champion. The Allies general right now is feasting into Valhalla. Okay, I really need to chill with the Valhalla thing. Sounds like a broken record. They might actually break us here. We're starting to waver. That's not a good sign. The fire arrows are really causing some morale issues for these Vikings. So I'll head back here because, oh, look at this. The general is going in again. But this time he's killing some archers. It's going to be an easy target. Easy target for them today. I think, are those spearmen back here? Or are these guys breaking? No, those are Thanes. 37. Not much of them. So I'm going to go fight these archers. Get them off the battlefield. In the fight here, it looks like, well, it actually looks pretty even. I've got, let's see, I got some sword herdmen who are taking on some royal Thanes. And I think a general. Yeah, the general of Mercia. So my men are surrounded. And they're waiting for the general. Just waiting for any kind of support. I think I also have some archers. Yeah, I've got some archers going into the fight. They're just standard light bow infantry. I don't really expect them to beat the spears. But they're definitely giving some, you know, some support. And this is where I charge in. It's like, oh, dang it. I've only lost 10 men. 10 men so far. And they're going to try to rush over and support those axe herdmen who are surrounded by all these royal companions and royal Thanes. Let's go back over to the main fight where we've got plenty of reserves. Look at this. It's just a train of troops. Oh my god, that looks so cool. Look at that. That looks amazing. That looks awesome. All those shields up forming like a giant testudo. It was really just because of all the arrows. But there they go. They charge it in. Odin statue for whatever reason. This is technically a Christian settlement. I don't know why. You know what? We've got these Odin statues. Let's just leave them up. It's fine. No big deal. So with the extra fresh troops, we're starting to break the defenders. They cannot hang on for much longer. And back here goes my general. I'm trying to save these herdmen who are stuck, surrounded by enemies. Don't worry, guys. Here comes the general. Charge. It's a little bit of an awkward charge. Some of them go a little too far. Like, oh, the enemy's over here? Oh, gosh. And I also use a rally ability because my men started to waver. Go, General, go. Look at him. He's surrounded now. Look at it. He's surrounded by enemies. But he don't care. He's like, yes, surrounded. I will take out 10 men before I die. Oh, and the general's breaking for the reinforcement army. And with the breaking general, he's off the battlefield. And his men are looking over, and they can see his coward of a general running for their lives. And they will also be afraid, as their leader is afraid. My general's still going strong. Look at the amount of dead over here. Just ridiculous. Another general is dead. Oh, it's actually Mercia's general. There we go. And they insta break. We saved the herdmen. They saved them. Even though I'm sure they wanted to die. Of course, you know, Valhalla. And then finally for the final stand, the generals are starting to break, starting to waver. The general of Wessex, he cannot hold. And the Vikings are just cheering before they've even won the battle. Look at that. Look at them like, yes. Yes, you're breaking, you cowards. This is our city now. They're just going to raid it and go home. The berserkers are in the mix. Look at them. Go, berserker. Go. Give them hell. Ah, there we go. The general broke right at the end. That's a Pyrrhic victory. And look, we got, yeah, look at it. He's so excited for a victory. Fantastic. So that's going to be the battle. I really enjoy that. I definitely got to do more battles for this one. Remember, join the Discord, guys. I made an announcement in the Steam group that I'll be on Discord. About 6 people showed up. Unfortunately, only 5 could play, but I appreciate everyone showing up. So join it. You don't have to play with me either. You can play with other people, get some cool content. Always very helpful. Anyways, let's end the replay. And I will show you. Look at that. My general got 520 kills. Now, a good amount of those were archers, but still, that is an insane amount. My army did quite well. I'm very happy with the general. My archers did very well, which was kind of surprising. I didn't think they did that well. The skull splitters did well. Some of my axemen, some did poor, like 22. My spears didn't do much, but you know, they're spears. And then my sword herdman, one got 183, the other only 18, which is not that great. Berserker's only getting 59. And here's all the players that showed up. Again, thank you all of you guys for showing up. You guys all fought well. It was so cool to like, what we did is we split it into 2 different lobbies, like chat lobbies, so we could talk strategy and stuff. It was so much fun. It was very competitive, but it was also lighthearted. So at the end of the battle, we were just talking about like cool moments in the battle, and like it was awesome. So I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the battle replay. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Let me go ahead and just show you the kills real quick before I go. This is awkward. I said see you next time, and I didn't end it. Okay, there we go. All right, I'll see you next time.